Hello guys, I welcome you all to this Power BI interview question series. We are in the set 4, and in the set 4 we are specifically aiming for getting some idea about the case-based question asked in the Power BI interview. These are the questions which is often you encountered when you are giving the Power BI interview, or if you are giving the answers some of the technical questions which you have seen previously. Then to understand your overall understanding of project or overall understanding of the how you done the projects into the organizations, these questions might get asked to you. Okay, so case-based questions are important because many times what happens is that they ask you a case-based questions, and after asking the case-based questions they evaluate your technical abilities. Okay, how you do certain things and how the certain things you can't do, something like that. So their difference matters in the real interview. So we will see some of the questions, some of the case study questions, and I will walk you through how to answer the questions, how to frame the questions, and it will be helpful for you guys to eventually crack the case-based interview questions regarding the Power BI. Okay, so let's get started. In the first question, or in the first case study, we have seen some of the sales or marketing related data. So first of all, whenever you are aiming for the company which is operating in the domains of sales and marketing, there is a question regarding to the sale performance analysis. Okay, so basically if you are hired for the data analyst in the sales and marketing industry, so you may get the data regarding to the sales and marketing, and you have to analyze that data, interpret data, and find out the insights. So the question goes like this: you are tasked with analyzing sale performance for a retail company. Okay, how would you approach this analysis using Power BI? Okay. First of all, we have to analyze the sale performance. That's the most important thing. So we have a data, or we have a historical data of the sales, and we have to find out some trends, some insights from that historical data. And for that, how can you leverage the Power BI? So you can frame the questions in many ways, but the first way is to go from the basics. So first way is to gather the data. Okay, so first you will analyze the requirement. So for these we have to analyze the sales performance. So whatever the data required for the sales performance analysis, you will get it. So it may be in the databases, in the warehouses, something like that. So for that, first you will run the query against the databases and fetch the required data according to your preliminary thinking or preliminary analysis regarding your final report. Okay, after running the query, you will get the data and you will load it into the Power BI system using the connectors. There are huge library of connectors are available, and among that you will use appropriate connector to fetch the data into the Power BI. After loading the data into the Power BI, and here we make the one assumption is that the data is fairly clean. If it is not, then you will transform the data into the Power Query editor. You will handle the null values and all sort of things, and then load it into the Power BI. Okay, in the second step, you will build the visualizations or dashboard or report. So in that you will, what kind of visualization you will need, that is the most important thing into the questions. So you will need the sales over the time, regional sales distributions, top selling products, and customer segmentation. So for the sale trend analysis, you will may use the line chart. Over the time you want to find out the trends. Then there is a sales distributions over the region. You might use a map if you have a geographical data. Then we have a top selling product. To analyze the top selling product, you may want to use the bar chart with the sorted bars, or may use the table or matrices with the filter. And there is a customer segmentations. For the customer segmentation, you may use the AI visuals like decomposition tree. Okay, or you may use the tree map or something like that. Or it might be the case that there may not be any categorical data with respect to segment of or with respect to the customers. So you may leverage the DAX calculations of calculated columns or measures, and create that categorical fields and segment the customers over this field, and then use the basic column chart or bar chart to like analyzing the customer segmentations. Oh, okay. So in the second step, most important is what type of visualization you will use, and then what is your approach of building this. Okay. Then in the third step, you are making some KPIs like key performance indicator like sales revenue, profit margins, and customer acquisition cost, something like that in percentages. And to make those KPIs, you may leverage the data analysis expressions and measures, and then use KPI cards or simple cards to uh, put them into the dashboard. Again, we can use the drill through functionality to analyze cell performance using at a very granular level. And after doing that, you will basically design one high level performance dashboard and share the insight to the stakeholder, right? So these are the steps you will do while performing the cell performance analysis. I guess it's pretty clear for you guys. Let's move towards the second questions. Okay, second question is regarding the marketing campaign analysis. So the question goes like this: a marketing team wants to evaluate the effectiveness of their recent campaigns. How would you use the Power BI to analyze and visualize campaign performance? First of all, in the many industry settings, in order to sell our products, in order to gain the visibility, we will use the marketing campaigns. And the marketing campaigns have their desired starting and ending period, and in that period they run the marketing campaign and try to get the eyeballs of customer or try to get more customer on board. So these are some of their goals while regarding the marketing campaign. Okay, so to analyze that effectiveness of marketing campaign, how do we approach by using Power BI? So answer goes like this: first, we import the marketing data from Power BI desktop, including matrices such as impression, clicks, conversations, and cost. Okay, so first of all, you will need the marketing data. You will fetch that marketing data either from CRM systems like customer relationship management systems, or either you can fetch it from databases, or either you can fetch it from Google Analytics services. Okay, after fetching the data should include the data like impressions, like how many customers visited the website, then clicks, how many customers clicks the website, and how many customers actually buy the product, and then what is the conversion cost. All things of data should be there. Okay, and this is pretty much measurable, and it should be measured by using the Google Analytics. After getting that data, we'll create the visualization to analyze the campaign performance metrics such as over the time, by the channel, or demographic. So you will see that up till now, if you are getting a sale related data, you will talk the sales over the time, okay, or region wise distributions of a sale. In case of marketing campaign, you should use the word like impression, clicks, and conversations, or channels. There are certain channels like they are marketing on specifically on the Instagram, or they are marketing specifically on the online channel, or marketing in the broader sense like offline channels. So for different channels, how their marketing campaigns are performing, or demographics, like if they are focusing only the one region, like they are focusing in the Mumbai region, or they are focusing in the Pune region, something like that. So according to the demographics as well, you can perform your analysis. Then next step is to calculate key performance indicators such as click-through rates, conversion rate, return on investment, and customer acquisition cost. These are marketing related terms you need to incorporate such that they will show you some of the marketing terms and marketing related terminology. So what is click-through rate? So number of customer click into the ad, this is the click-through rate. Conversion rate is like how many customer get converted into the buying product, visiting customer getting the buying product. And we will use different type of visualization for that, like we use funnel chart to trace down the customer journey. And customer acquisition cost, like for one customer to convert or one customer getting into the product, how much we spend over that, something like that you can measure by using the data and by using the key performance indicator. Okay, you can leverage the measures and tax calculation for that. Okay, then again we implement a segmentation analysis to identify the most effective audience and segment. We will do the segmentation analysis, and for the segmentation analysis it depend on your data. If your data contains those category by default, then you can generally use those category into your visualization and visualize what kind of audience and segments you will identify as our target audience. If not, then you would use the calculated column to create that field according to, and share all those insights with respect to story, moving into the story to the stakeholders, the managers, CEOs, CTOs. So these are some of the steps you will take in order to analyze the marketing campaign. Okay, let's move forward with the third case study. Third case study belongs to the supply chain optimization. Okay, if you are working in the supply chain domain, or if you are willing to go into the manufacturing and supply chain domain, this type of questions may get asked. So first question is, a manufacturing company wants you to optimize its supply chain operations. How would you use the Power BI to analyze and improve supply chain performance? Okay, so first of all, a manufacturing company want to optimize its supply chain operations. So they have their system in place, but might be their cost is high, or might be they are facing some of the losses while shipping the products. So you have to optimize and analyze the characteristics and various fields involved in the supply chains, and basically find out the insight. The solution may go like this. First we will start our project by importing the data. First we will gather the requirement, okay, what kind of analysis we want to done, okay, and then if it is data is available or not, if it is the databases are set up or not. If it is the database is set up, all the data is in the centralized place, then you will learn the query and then fetch the required data. So what kind of data you will include? The inventory level data. What is the inventory inventory, what is the name of the product, the cost of the product, then where it come from, where it go, the distance, something like that. There is the inventory level data. Then production schedule. Okay, the production schedule, right, the time of production it will take to produce. Then a lead time, like how much time it will require to ship the product, something like that. And supply performances, how quickly you supply the one product from one destination to another. These kind of things will be there in the supply chain domain. Then we will create visualization to track down the inventory level, production throughout, then order fulfillment rate and supply lead time. These are some of the terms you may include in your answer, like inventory level. You have to track down what are the inventory levels are there, how much inventory is there in the warehouses, something like that. You can measure that. Then fulfillment rate, there is a matrix is there you can use for getting the sense of what kind of trends are going on. Then there is a forecasting techniques are there to predict the future demand and optimize inventory level accordingly. So in the Power BI we can do the forecasting as well, and we will know that as Power BI does not store any historical data, but it can predict the future trends. Okay, and based on that functionality you do the forecasting of it, and you will get some number like this kind of inventory we may need, and according to that you will do the budget planning and all sort of things. It will eventually reduce our cost of supply chain, right? Then implement the root cause analysis to identify the bottleneck and ineffectiveness of supply chain. Okay, after doing the predictive works and analyzing the potential factors, you may need to do the root cause analysis. So root cause analysis is a technique where we try to find the roots of the problem, and we will work on that core roots in order to eliminate what are the challenges we are facing in the supply chain. Then and again we will build one beautiful dashboards woven into the story and basically present into the stakeholder. Clear? So this is how you can basically answer the question regarding the supply chain. Let's move toward our fourth case study. We have a fourth case study of customer churn analysis. This is especially important if you are working in any digital domain, in the app domain, something like in Netflix. They are most often facing the problem of customer churn. In the telecommunication domain, there are frequently customer switching between the telecom operators. You can find the customer churning problem is also there. Like customer churning is a problem where customer leave our products and services. Okay, so the question goes like this: a telecommunication company wants to reduce their customers churn rate. How would you use the Power BI to analyze the customer behavior and identify churn predictions? So the solution goes like this. First, again, we first import the data, and we'll first analyze what kind of data is there, if it is in the internal data, external data, something like that. And after analyzing those factors, you may include the data such as demographic information, use patterns, subscription details, and churn data. If it is if it is really leaving the products and services or it is not, yes or no data can be there. Then you will create the visualizations such as churn trend over the time, like how many customers leaving our services over the times, like past 6 months, past 1 year, something like that. Then customer segment, we will do the customer segmentations and by service plan. Okay, based on each service plan you will do the customer segmentation of each of these, and you will get to know that the insights of like which of the segments we have good customers, like measurable customers, and then which segments we don't have any customer, something like that. You can do by using the customer segmentation. Then we calculate the matrices such as churn rate into the percentage, like 40%, 50% churn rate, lifetime value, like how much lifetime value customer possesses, then churn predictions using machine learning algorithm. So these are some of the steps you can take in order to get the insights from the data. Then we implement cohort analysis to understand the behavior of different customers cohort over time. Cohort means segment, one particular segment you will take, and that segment you will do the detail analysis. This is called a cohort analysis. It can be anything, like in this case you will take one service at time, and depending on that service you will do the cohort analysis on that. Like customer lifetime value, we will take the customer lifetime value and we will analyze customer lifetime value over various descriptive values or various segments. Okay, I think this is pretty much you can do with respect to the customer churn analysis, and you will pretty much get the idea of why customers are leaving, or how is the trend over the time with respect to churn analysis. And again you will build one dashboard and move into the story and present it to the stakeholders. Clear? Our next and final case study is regarding the financial performance analysis. Okay, if you are going for the financial domain, these questions might get asked to you. So first is, a finance department wants to analyze the financial performance of the company. How would you use the Power BI to create the financial report and forecast? Okay, again the questions start from importing the data. You will analyze the requirement, what kind of analysis you need to done, what kind of data you will need into the analysis. Okay, and import into the Power BI, including the income statement, balance sheet, cash flow statement, and key financial ratios. These are some of the data you will need in order to perform the financial performance analysis. Then we will create the visualization to analyze the financial performance matrices such as revenue growth, profit margin, liquidity ratios, and return on investment. These are the financial related terminologies you have to use in your answer in order to make sense that you know something related, something finance related. Okay, so these are the things you may incorporate in the visualization. Then we will use forecasting techniques to predict the future financial performance, to identify potential risk and opportunities, and also the trends. Then we will also implement the variance analysis to compare the actual financial result with the budgeted or forecasted result. So there are some expected set target to be achieved in the financial domain, and then there is a team working over to achieve that target. Okay, and after that we have an actual data, whether we are meeting the target, we are exceeding the target, we are fall behind the target, something like that. Then we can use that, we can analyze that by using the variance analysis. So how we fall behind, if you are exceeding or not, how our basically financial teams are doing. So, and again you will basically just do whole dashboarding things over it, go into a story and present it to the stakeholder. On that, that is the overall things you can do into the financial performance analysis. And I guess this is pretty much you can do with respect to financial performance analysis or financial domain. And these are some of the questions with the different field with respect to like marketing, sales, finance, and manufacturing you can expect, and you will get some overall idea of how the case based questions are asked and how will you answer this type of questions. Okay, so on that note we will end this video, and we will meet into the next one.